Kia ora koutou, no mai haere mai, and welcome to Frogs on Friday. We've got a great show lined up today. So for Mahi Media, I'll actually keep this one a little bit quiet. It's a little bit controversial, so you'll just have to wait to see what we're talking about today. As always, we will go through the hot jobs across New Zealand and also abroad. And I'm joined today by Senior Consultant Jess Botha to discuss what job seekers and employees are saying matters most to them this year. So, of course, it changes each year, so you do need to keep up with the trends. And we will finish, as always, with the social media poll results. So let's jump straight into Mahi Media. Okay, so well, I thought that Mahi Media has been a bit heavy in the last few weeks. So, I've been talking about unemployment and redundancies and Kiwis making the move overseas instead of staying here. So, we're going to take a quick change in tack this week. And today's topic is emojis in the workplace. So, we bring you all the big issues here. So we polled over 1,300 Kiwi kaimahi on their use and interpretation of emojis in the workplace. We found that it's pretty commonplace to be used. So over 75% regularly use emojis at work, although 18% of those did reserve their smiley faces, etc., for people inside the organisation. I think that the most controversial finding from our survey was that not all emojis are created equal. So emojis, I guess I considered a digital language in their own right. But like learning any language, you have to be really careful that your message doesn't get lost in translation. So apart from knowing the double meanings of some seemingly innocent fruit and vegetables, there seems to be a bit of a generational gap in how emojis are interpreted. So for most of us, the good old thumbs up might be used to acknowledge a message, say something's okay, but little did you know that it could have the opposite effect. And this could be interpreted, particularly by our Gen Z and millennials, as a passive aggressive brush off or abruptly ending the conversation. On to the next thing. So let's have a look at our hot jobs of the week. All right, so first up, we have an Auckland-based role. This is a database engineer based in East Tamaki in Auckland. And looking at a salary of around 110 to 125k. I believe this is a fixed term contract. For this one, you do need experience with Tiger D3 or Rocket software. And also experience with Java programming will be a benefit for this role as well. If you would like to find out more, get in touch with Shavneil from our Auckland office. Okay, and a contractor role here. So this one based in Dunedin, a clinical consultant, and this one's paying between $50 to $60 per hour. And it's working with one of our major clients, Striker. For this one, they're looking for people who do have some technical and clinical expertise, and they get to do some really cool stuff. So you'll be attending some surgical procedures and being able to assist the hospital staff with knowledge and use of their products. If this sounds like you and you're backed up with a tertiary qualification, so the likes of nursing, physiotherapy, science, or engineering, Get in touch with Scott Bannister. So he's based here in Auckland, but will be recruiting the role based in Dunedin. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the jobs on offer overseas. Okay, so as always, just a sample of the jobs on offer across our branches across Australia and the UK. So there's a purchasing officer, accounts payable officer, both based in New South Wales. And in the UK, as always, a wide variety of jobs there. So a private client solicitor on offer over there. As always, if you are keen on making the move, get in touch with one of the team from People to People, or come see us at Frog and we'll point you in the right direction to get you set up on your travels. Okay, and so I'm joined by Jess here today. So, as always, we look at in our market reports, P2P post, we look at what's important to job seekers, and that's changed pretty rapidly over the last few years. There's a few things been going on. So, really interested to see what matters most to job seekers this year. Can you help us out, Jess?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Thanks for having me, Shannon. So, according to the report, job seekers are increasingly focused on advancing their careers, seeking roles that offer clear paths and progression and growth. Hiring managers are saying that what matters most to job seekers in 2024 is career opportunities, sitting at 71%, surpassing management support and trust by just 1%. This is followed closely by the importance of training and development, which stands at 69%, indicating that employers are eager to enhance their skills and stay competitive in their fields. Additionally, there's been a notable emphasis on financial compensation. Salary and bonuses have seen a significant increase in importance of over 5% from 2023, now sitting at 57%. These trends underscore the evolving landscape of employee retention, where development opportunities and financial rewards are key drivers in attracting and retaining talent.
Yeah, and that's not really a big surprise. We tried to keep it light today, but we are still living through a cost of living crisis. So, of course, salaries are going to be important to job seekers. That's not going to change much year on year. But it was really interesting to see that they've put the focus back on their careers and those long-term prospects and development, which kind of took a bit of a back seat in earlier years. What are you finding with your candidates? What's in accounting and finance space?
So I think definitely still a little bit of the flexibility, but like the report says, definitely the number one thing is being able to develop and grow within your position, even if maybe it's not a growth upwards and it's something lateral. I think that's the number one thing for what candidates are looking for at the moment.
Yeah, good to see. And as always, we'd love to hear from our viewers and hear your experiences and what's important to you. So feel free to put in the comments and add what's important to you. We'd love to hear from you. Of course, if you are on the lookout for a new opportunity, particularly within the accounting and finance space, please get in touch with Jess, who can give you some great advice. All right, let's take a look at our social media polls. Okay, so first up, last week we had Luke from our In Front Sports come and join us. So we were taking a look at sports-specific roles. So those within the industry, would you say your salary reflects your skill set and work performance? A bit of an overwhelming no, not really. So there's plenty more work to be done in here, but perhaps using a specialist like In-Front Sports can help discover those opportunities where you can really get rewarded for the unique skills that you have. Okay, let's take a look at this week's poll. So of course it's emoji related. So we want to know how often you use emojis in a work setting. So good to will be good to see the results there, and of course feel free to tell us your thoughts in emoji form. That's it for today's show. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a fantastic long weekend for King's birthday, and we'll see you back here next week.